send it in a message.
Okay, so 65 is the same as the last two problems that we did where you have to find the derivative of a composite function. The difference is that to find the values of the derivative and to find the values of the function that you need to solve the problem, instead of looking them up in the table, like in that previous problem, you have to find them from the graph, okay? But the beginning is the same. If I want to find the derivative of u, using the chain rule, it is
F of g of x.
f prime of g of x times g prime of x, okay? So that should be something that is being drilled into your brain that you will remember when it comes up on your chapter test and when it comes up on the AP test in the spring, okay? The derivative of a composite function is the outside derivative times the inside derivative, okay? Now, since I want to find the value of the derivative at 1, just like we did with the other problems, I'm going to go through and I'm going to replace all of the x's with 1's. But like I said at the beginning, now I have to find the value of those functions by looking at this graph. Okay? So g of 1 is what? 3. So that becomes f prime of 3 times g prime of 1. Remember, the derivative is the slope of the graph at that point. So what is the slope of this function at the point x equals 1?
-3.
-3, down 3 over 1. So g prime of 1 is -3. Okay? Almost there. What's f prime of 3? What's the slope of the graph of f at x equals 3? -1/4, because here's where x equals 3, and in that section of the graph, you're down 1 over 4. So this is -1/4 times -3, which would be positive 3/4. Okay? All right, so let's play again, this time with v. We are told that v of x equals g of f of x. So that means the derivative of v of x is g prime of f of x times f prime of x, okay? And again, we want to figure out what this value is at x equals 1. So I'm going to replace all the x's with 1. What is f of 1? 2. What is f prime of 1? What is the slope of this line at x equals 1? 2. What is,
sorry, I'm behind.
That's okay. What is g prime of 2?
It's 3 still. Or
I'm still wondering how F1.
What is g prime of 2?
0.
Nope.
1.
This is important. Those of you that aren't paying attention, you should be. What is g prime of 2?
No, it's not.
Wait, you're looking at the slope of 2, right?
Yeah, what's the slope of this right there,
It's a
too?
corner.
It's a corner, so it's undefined. Okay? So that means that this whole thing is undefined. You're out of order. This whole court is out.
Oh, you're out of order.
You know what that's from?
So you're okay.
Is it,
You threw that and it fire.
No.
No, it was on a downward angle the whole time.
Jack Nicholas.
no, he says you can't handle
You can't handle the truth. That's
Oh, yeah, you're right. So that's
I knew what you were going for,
Is it
but
untouchables?
the truth
Maybe,
is.
yeah.
I sit 300 yards from a bunch of Cubans that want to blow my head off to protect your freedom. Something like that, right?
Oh, so yeah. What movie are you trying
You're a good man, right?
You're a good man.
I haven't seen that. Is that a W?
Okay, yep, and then the last one is w of x equals g of x. I think I'm thinking of a Tom Cruise one where the judge says you're out of order.
I'm
out of order. You're out
It might be the same
This
one.
whole court's out of order.
No, it's the firm.
Firm. Anyway, all right. So same deal, but now they're both G's. Okay. So W prime of X is Taylor. We're back. No, we're not. We're back. You're going to see lots again. Derivative of the outside, the inside stays the same, times the derivative of the inside. Okay? It's all G's this time. Oh, now we have to make it.
It's going to come up to the undefinable because
You think so?
because you'll have to take the derivative.
But we're at 1, not 2, so we're going to be okay. Okay, so now I just plug in a 1 everywhere there was an X, like that. So G of 1 is 3. So I need G prime of 3 times, what's G prime of 1? Negative 3.
And then
G prime of 3 is up 2 over 3, right? And so that works out to be negative 2.
Hey, I can do that one actually. Just don't say that.
Okay, solamente tu mas. F of F of F of F of F of F of X, what the heck?
That's awful.
It's wonderful. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen before in my life.
I'm going to tell your why. What about your children?
Okay, so I saw this morning your 2 favorite math students were
No idea.
Tucker and
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is going to be crazy.
F of X.
Okay, so I'm going to take the derivative of the outside function first,
Hang on.
and I'm going to leave all this stuff alone. Okay, so it's going to be F prime of X times F of X times F of X, parentheses, 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 times. So now we're going to do that little strategy where we cross things out as we go.
Hold on.
Okay?
Yeah, you need to, I'm not writing these down. Why do they have the X's in there?
Because now we have to use the product rule.
Oh, what? Yeah, I'm
Stupid.
chain rule.
Okay, yeah, that's why we go with
I had
Okay? So we did the derivative of the F thing. Okay? Now I have to do the derivative of X times this stuff right here. So to do that I have to use the product rule. So I have to go the first one times the derivative of the second one. This might be just like inception derivatives. It could be too much. Because to do the derivative of this one,
Oh, I get it.
this is going to be like, oh my god.
Dreams within dreams within dreams.
Yeah, derivatives within derivatives within derivatives. So the first one times the derivative of the second one. What is the derivative of f of x times f of x?
F prime of X. F. I don't know. I can't focus. Times.
Okay, so that is the derivative of the outside thing.
I think I have the idea.
Okay, but then I also need to. I'm still doing the product rule here. I'm still trying to figure out what the derivative of f of x of da 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 da. So I did the outside. Now I have to multiply by the derivative of the inside, which again
1.
is the product rule.
1.
So I have to take the derivative of this using the product rule. So that's going to be times the first one times the derivative of the second one plus the second one times the derivative of the first. Okay? So this whole thing right here was 1 d2. Okay? Of this thing right here. So there's a high probability that I've already made a mistake. Okay? Plus, yes, that was 1 d2 plus 2 d1. But the good news about that is that the derivative of the x is just plain old 1, right? So it's going to be plus f of x times f of x. Okay, so where does that go? That's 1, 2, so that all closes off that.
Way too much.
Okay,
That's just one of them though.
all right, so that was the derivative of the x and the f, right?
Can you remind me, we started with chain and then did product and then did chain?
And so we started out with the chain rule, and then we did the product rule, and when we were doing the product rule, we had to do the chain rule, and in that chain rule, we had to do the product rule again. Yeah. Okay, probably don't even bother copying this down because I'm pretty sure I've gotten it wrong already. Okay, times, now we have to figure out the derivative of x times f of x.
Oh my god.
So that is the first one times the derivative of the second one plus the second one times the derivative of the first. Okay? So we're just pretending that that's the derivative.
You don't know.
Okay, so we want to find capital F prime of 1.
No.
Yeah, so we're going to replace all of these x's with 1s. Okay? The nice thing is, though, this x becomes a 1, so it's just gone. And this one becomes a 1, so it's just gone, right? And this one's going to be gone, and this one's going to be gone, and this one's going to be gone, and that one's going to be gone, and that one's going to be gone. So really what I have is f prime of, this is capital F prime of 1. So I have f prime of, that's 1, so who cares? That's 1, so who cares? So this is going to be f of 1. Because there's 2, there's, right? F of 1 and then f, right? So it's f prime of f of 1 times, this is a 1, so who cares? So it's gone. So f prime of, this is a 1, so it's gone. F of 1. Okay.
I'm running into my other.
Times, this is a 1, so it's gone. F prime of 1
Plus f of 1.
plus f of 1, good.
Plus
Plus
f
f of f of 1.
F of 1. I keep saying that.
Okay. And then all that is going to be times f prime of 1 plus f of 1. Okay?
Now we just have to figure out this.
All right. So f of 1 is 2. So this would become a 2. F of 2 is 3. So this all would become a 3. And f prime of 3 is 6. So that piece is going to be 6 times f of 1 is 2. So that's a 2. F prime of 2 is 5. Okay. Times,
Now, how do we do this one? Do we do
parentheses,
f prime of 1?
f prime of 1 is 4 plus f of 1 is 2 plus f of 1 we just figured out is 2 and f of 2 is 3 times f prime of 1 is 4 times f of 1 is 2. Okay? All right, I don't know if any of this is right. So 6 times 5 is 30 times 4 plus 2 plus 3 is 9 times 8. So 72 times 30 is, yeah, what's 72 times 30?
I don't think we were just agreeing on that. Good
Okay.
job.
So we just give
Yeah.
up.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, all those parentheses and plus somewhere in there we just distributed incorrectly, but that's okay. All right, this is easiest problem in the world. The displacement of a particle in a vibrating string is given by the equation, so if we want to find the velocity, we take the derivative. We don't have to solve for anything. All it says is find the velocity. So the derivative of tan is
Hang on, I'm ready.
0. We
Okay.
talked about this yesterday. If I'm going to take the derivative of the sign of something times the variable, because of the chain rule, I'm going to end up taking the derivative of this 10 pi t and putting that out in front, right? So it's really 1/4 times 10 pi times the cosine of, 10 pi t. which we would like
No,
to
wait,
write
why did you do
as
that?
2.5 pi cosine.
Yeah, why did you put the 10 pi out front?
So the step that I skipped is this right here. So if I'm trying to take the derivative of 1/4 sine 10 pi t, I'm going to leave the 1/4 alone. The derivative of sine is cosine. And then I leave the stuff in the middle as what it is. And then I multiply by the derivative of this, which is 10 pi.
Oh.
So then they, yeah,
Wait, why do you have 2 times 5? Oh,
2.5. 2.5.
I see what you did.
Okay? I see what you did there. All right. That's all she wrote.